The Baseball Together Network presents the Baseball Together Daily Podcast with your host, Blackjack Brad. And now, the Daily Podcast.
Welcome to today's episode of the Baseball Together Podcast, Baseball Family. I am Brad, and I am your host. Today is Thursday, April the 8th. Last night, we had a doubleheader and four extra inning games. Let's get on into it. Here we go. Let's start with our doubleheader. We had the Atlanta Braves at the Washington Nationals, making up for Monday's game. Again, remember, this year we're seeing a 7-inning doubleheader, so both of these games went 7 innings. The first game, the Braves stopped the Nationals with a score of 7-6. Again, that's so weird that the Braves scored one in the top of the 7th. The Nats scored one in the bottom of the 7th. It looked like that game should have kept going. That would have been an even more spectacular finish, I'm sure, had it gone 9 innings. But we had Josh Tomlin pitch 2 innings with the win, struck out 2, walked 2. Eric Fetty pitched 1 2/3, gave up six hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, struck out 1 and walked 1. Will Smith got the save, pitched 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 K, 2 walks. Notable from this game, Ronald Acuna Jr. had himself a day. He went 3 for 4, scored 2 runs, drove in a run, and actually stole a base. We had a stolen base today in this game. Again, that's the Braves over the Nats in Game 1, 7-6. Game 2 of this doubleheader was much less eventful. Final score of 2-0, the Braves over the Nats. The Braves swept that doubleheader. We had Luke Jackson pitched 1 inning, walked 1 with the win for the Braves. Tanner Rainey for the Nats pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, and walked 1. Sean Newcomb for the Braves pitched 1 inning and struck out 3 for the save. The only runs in this game were scored in the top of the 7th inning by Kung Fu Panda himself. Pablo Sandoval hit a homer to center field and drove in Dansby Swanson. That was it. 2-0, Braves over the Nats, and sweeps the doubleheader. The Cincinnati Reds continue to take it to the Pittsburgh Pirates, winning this one 11-4 today. We had Luis Castillo with the win, pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, struck out 5, and walked just 1. Chad Cole pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, allowed 5 runs, 4 of those earned, struck out 5, and walked 5 as well. Tyler Naquin hit another home run. That makes 3 in 2 days for him. The Pirates actually didn't score at all until the top of the 9th inning when Eric Gonzalez hit a grand slam to right field. So that accounted for all of Pittsburgh's runs today, with the Reds winning 11-4. Let's head on up to Boston, where the Rays and Red Sox happen to be trending in opposite directions. We had the Red Sox win this one 9-2. They improved to 3-3. The Rays fall to 2-4. Nathan Eovaldi got the win, pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, just 1 run, struck out 7, and walked 3. Ryan Yarbrough for the Rays got roughed up a little bit, pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, allowed 9 runs, 6 of those earned, struck out just 2, and walked 1. Notable from this game, Xander Bogaerts went 3 for 3, scored 2 runs, and drove in 1 RBI. Again, that was the Red Sox 9 and the Rays 2 in Boston today. Over in Cleveland, the Indians beat the Royals 4-2. Shane Don't Call Me Justin Bieber pitched 6 1/3, gave up just 3 hits, allowed 2 runs, and struck out 12 with 4 walks on the day. However, Emmanuel Clase got the win. He pitched 1 inning and struck out 2. Greg Holland got the loss for the Royals, pitched 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, struck out 1, and walked 1. Nick Wintgren got the save for the Indians, pitched 1 inning. Jose Ramirez accounted for all of the Indians' offense today with 2 home runs, driving in Cesar Hernandez in the 6th and Ben Gamel in the bottom of the 8th. Again, that is 4-2 Indians over Royals. The Twins bounced back and beat the Tigers in Detroit today 3-2. Kenta Maeda got the win, pitched 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, struck out 6, and walked 1. Matthew Boyd for the Tigers took the loss, pitched 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, and struck out 8. Alex Colome for the Twins got the save, 2 innings pitched, just 1 hit, and struck out 3. Akil Baddoo continues to announce his presence with authority in the big leagues with a triple in the 2nd inning that drove in Jonathan Scope. Again, that was the Twins over the Tigers, 3-2 in Detroit. Down in Arlington, the Rangers beat the Blue Jays in a low-scoring affair with a score of 2-1. The Rangers drove in both runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning with a home run by Nick Solak, and Leody Taveras hit a single to right field to drive in Jose Trevino. Marcus Semien hit a home run in the 8th, but it was not enough. Winner in this game, we had Kyle Gibson pitched 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, struck out 8, walked 1. Hyunjin Ryu pitched 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, and struck out 7 on the way to a loss. Ian Kennedy got the save, 1 hit, and struck out 3 in 1 inning pitched. Again, that's the Rangers of the Blue Jays, 2-1. Our first extra inning game was on the north side of Chicago. The Brewers beat the Cubs 4-2 in 10 innings. All the scoring took place in the 8th and the 10th inning in this game. You had the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs both score in the 8th inning. However, in the 10th inning, Lorenzo Cain hit his second home run of the game with a 3-run shot to drive in Daniel Vogelbach and Daniel Robertson. Jason Hayward drove in a run in the bottom of the 10th as Chris Bryant scored, but it was not enough. The Brewers came out on top 4-2 in 10 innings. The Dodgers and A's went to 10 innings in Oakland. The A's came out on top 4-3 in this one. Yusmeiro Petit got the win for the A's today, pitched 1 inning, struck out 1. Jimmy Nelson got the loss, pitched just 1/3 of an inning, gave up the crucial run for the A's to walk off and walked 1 batter. Something notable from this game, Kenley Jansen blew another save. Elvis Andrews hit a sacrifice fly to center field to Chris Taylor, and Matt Chapman came in to score to even the score at 3 in the bottom of the 9th, and then the A's walked it off in the 10th by a score of 4-3. The Philadelphia Phillies wrote 3 home runs to an 8-2 win over the New York Mets. Connor Brogdon got the win, pitched 1 2/3, gave up 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. David Peterson got the loss, pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, struck out 5, and walked 2. Rhys Hoskins, Alex Bohm, and JT Realmuto all hit home runs for the Phillies on the way to their 8-2 win over the New York Mets. More extra innings. We had the Padres and the Giants go 10. The Giants won this one by a score of 3-2. Jake McGee got the win, pitched 1, struck out 1. Tim Hill got the loss, pitched 1, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, and struck out 1. Wandy Peralta got the save. He pitched 1 inning and struck out 1 batter. Donovan Solano was the difference in this game. He hit a sac fly to right field to Will Myers. Alex Dickerson came in to score. That was just enough to get the Giants by the Padres 3-2. The St. Louis Cardinals totaled 7 runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings and blanked the Miami Marlins in Miami and won that game by a score of 7-0. Yadi Molina homered, and then we had Dylan Carlson hit a grand slam in the top of the 9th to put the icing on the cake. Jack Flaherty pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 6, and walked 4. Pablo Lopez pitched 6 2/3, 3 hits, allowed 2 runs, struck out 6, and walked 2. Again, that is a St. Louis Cardinals shutout, 7-0 over the Miami Marlins. The Seattle Mariners managed to avoid a sweep by the Chicago White Sox, won this game 8-4. It took a 7-run 6th inning for the Mariners to come back and erase a 4-1 deficit and win this game 8-4. Will Vest got the win. He was a pitcher of record at the time of the big inning and pitched 1 1/3, gave up 3 hits, allowed 1 run, and struck out 1. Matt Foster pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, struck out 1, and walked 1. Kyle Seager gave the Mariners the lead and cleared the bases when he brought everybody home with a bases-loaded double. Again, that's the Mariners over the White Sox, 8-4 in Seattle. Your AL East leading Baltimore Orioles down the New York Yankees today by a score of 4-3. Cesar Valdez pitched 2 1/3, gave up 2 hits, allowed 1 run, and struck out 3 on his way to the win. Chad Green for the Yankees pitched 1 1/3, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, struck out 1, and allowed 1 walk and a loss. Paul Fry got the save, pitched 1 inning, did not give up any hits. Chad Sisco singled in the top of the 11th to drive in Rio Ruiz to give the Orioles the lead. And then in the bottom of the 11th, DJ LeMahieu lined out to right field, but Gio Urshela was gunned down at the plate to end the game. Again, that's the Orioles 4, the Yankees 3. In our final game of the day, the Colorado Rockies blanked the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-0 in Colorado. It was all Rockies from the very start, scored 1 run in the first inning, and then capped it off with 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Antonio Senzatella got the win, pitched 8 innings, allowed 4 hits, struck out 3, and walked just 2 with no runs allowed. Madison Bumgarner took the loss, pitched 5 innings, scattered 8 hits, allowed 5 runs, struck out 4, and walked 2. Chris Owings had himself a day. He went 3 for 3 with 1 run scored, drove in 2 RBIs. He did end up leaving the game with a leg injury, so we'll be monitoring that for the Rockies fans out there. Well, baseball family, that's all the games today. Let's wrap things up with Today in Baseball History. On April 8th, 1993, Carlos Baerga became the first player in Major League Baseball history to homer from both sides of the plate in the same inning. He hit a 2-run shot against Yankee southpaw Steve Howe in the 7th inning and finished the frame with a home run from the left side of the plate against Steve Farr. He had 2 other hits in the game en route to an Indians 15-5 rout of the Yankees. Well, this was another episode of the Baseball Together Daily Podcast. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast wherever you can. And you don't want to miss the big show, the Baseball Together Podcast. You can catch that wherever you get your podcasts. We had a great new episode come out this week. We have new episodes every Tuesday. This week we had John Moore of the Rangers Sports Nation podcast. Fantastic episode. Go check it out if you haven't already. And baseball family, thank you again for joining me. I will catch you tomorrow.